way we'll be doing things moving forward. So Jeremy, the floor is yours, and I can kind of help assist. And whenever you're ready.
Sure. So I've been out of the loop for a while, but just going back to the YouTube page, you know, a lot of the videos, they have less than 10 views. So from a statistics analytics side, people aren't sharing these. So when we do a video, it needs to be liked and shared by everyone. So everyone involved in SSTV just needs to be more proactive on sharing that and promoting it. Even though it's sitting on the page, no one's doing anything with it. So I don't know how, you know, I don't know what everyone's social media platforms are, you know, whether they just do Instagram or just this or just that. But sharing it on your page goes a long way. And everyone who was in the video needs to share it as well. And I haven't been granted access to any of the, you know, YouTube or any stuff like that. So I can't see the analytics to see if anyone's even shared it. So moving forward, that needs to be number one. We got to like and share our own videos, because it seems like it just goes up and sits there and 3 people watch it and that's it. In fact, the most viewed video right off the top of my head, I'm looking at it, was the Sounds Good Texting for Idiots 101. That had 55 views, and that's it. That's the highest. So we're not even getting to 100 views. Well, that's okay. You know, you got to start somewhere. The other thing, let's see. I have a document too going on. Just some simple parameters. Number one, first and foremost, no copyrighted material. Don't put songs or videos that you blatantly don't own. You can't do that. And I have resources for those. So believe it or not, YouTube has free music and sound effects. Tons of them, tons and tons and tons of them. And you can just go there and download them, and they're free for everyone. So I have some links to just simple audio and video stuff too. There's a site called archive.org, and they have all sorts of stuff. You name it, they got it. Now, most of it's old, but depending on what you're looking for, it's still a good resource. As far as if a video is completed, send it over to me through Google Drive. Give me, you know, just the basics of who's in it. You know, if you have descriptions, if you want a title, that sort of thing. And then depending on the video, if you can do a 59-second Instagram version, then we can do it on Instagram. Otherwise, you can't do anything with Instagram. It has to be less than a minute. And you always want to post natively on these sites. The way the analytics and statistics and all that stuff work, you have to post it natively. So if say you're on Facebook and you share a YouTube video, it doesn't work as well if you posted that if you posted it on Facebook natively and then shared that through the Facebook sharing. That's where you're going to get more hits. It's going to pop up more in people's feeds, because Facebook likes its own content. It doesn't want to see YouTube content. Let's see. And again, there's more stuff in this document that I have.
If you want, Jeremy, I could give you screen share capability so we can kind of see what you're seeing real quick.
Yeah. I mean, the document's not done, but because I need access to the page before I can like finish the document. But like you were saying, this is just a brief overview of what I can help out with. As far as just a little bit of my background, the company I work for is a statewide news media organization. In fact, I'm bragging here, I know this, but I just won 4 Emmys with that company. So big deal for me.
On Facebook.
What?
I saw it on Facebook.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of work doing that.
Balling over
but I shoot and edit video I've been doing that for almost 20 years. But with my company, I'm part of the social media team. And even though I'm more on the video producing side, I'm bombarded with statistics and how all this stuff really works. So I won't take up too much more time. But the main thing is liking and sharing these videos. So whoever's in them, they got to whore them out. That's the best way I can put it. Because if you don't share it and it was your video, why would someone else share it? You know, it's just that mentality of, you know, and that's everyone. That's everyone included who's on the team. So if an LA, you know, video comes out, the Detroit people should still share that, and vice versa. As far as TikTok goes, that's not my expertise, and you had said someone else was.
Yeah, there's somebody else, Danielle's.
It might not be a concern anymore due to recent rumors, but yeah.
Rumors of what?
There might be a ban.
Oh,
yeah, it might get shut down.
I heard about that, but
I heard about a ban in like India recently, but they're talking about like a whole U.S. ban for what?
Yeah, the U.S. has been looking into it as well.
Because it's owned by the Chinese government. So
what is this?
TikTok.
Might be banning TikTok. Yeah.
So who knows?
But yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any questions? Also, before these videos come out, if it's prudent, time-wise, you know, having a preview before it goes out, that's one thing but when I was doing this before in the fall, one thing that always sort of bugged me was that there was no collaboration with, hey, this is what I got so far. What do people think? And I know that doesn't always work out with people's schedules and editing and everything like that, but just having a quick preview that everyone can look at to make sure you catch mistakes, like editing mistakes or something like that before it goes live. But I know we don't always have that time and luxury to do that.
Yeah.
That's the gist of it. Once I finish this document, you know, there's editing resources there for music, free music, and sound effects and stuff like that to really bump up the quality.
Okay. And Jeremy, I have a couple questions too. I'm not sure if everyone's sort of thinking about maybe a question they might have, but like we had sort of mentioned before, I'm looking at, you know, a lot of us here are creators, and of course we get so caught up in the creating, then a lot of times it's sort of the editing and the workflow, and then to get it finalized, we need people like you and other people that can kind of tell us these things. So as far as getting you the YouTube channel, as well as the Instagram login, I don't have a problem with that. I don't know if Instagram has the same sort of analytics that YouTube does, but I'm at a point right now where I want to just be able to focus on the content, send it to you, and then of course you're able to post it on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Would that be?
Yeah, no, that's fine. And people always forget Instagram's owned by Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, it's funny. There's people who like, I'm not going to touch Facebook. I don't like that. But, you know, you can literally post to Facebook and YouTube and not have to do really anything else. It's all streamlined. So the main thing within Instagram is it has to be under a minute. And, yeah. And unfortunately, it's still mainly geared. There is a desktop version of Instagram, but it's not nearly as friendly as the mobile app. So you still, like, for me to do it, I would need to download it. I have an Android phone, so I would put my micro SD card in my computer, put that on my phone, and then do it on my phone. And that's still the best way to do it rather than desktop. So it's a pain in the ass, but depending on what you're doing, you can cross post, as they call it.
Okay. Yeah, because that's part of, like, you know, I feel like with Instagram, they're always changing the algorithm. The whole days of posting 40, 50 hashtags in one post, and then you're all of a sudden.
That's still a thing, though. That's why that works, is because Facebook, you don't want all those hashtags.
Yeah. Okay, I thought there was periods where it wasn't working, and they do what's called shadow blocking, or I don't know if you guys ever heard of that.
Shadow ban.
Shadow ban, yeah.
Shadow ban. So if you use too many hashtags for too long, so then there was periods where, okay, I would post all these hashtags and not get any traction. And then I'm finally just like, I'd rather just create the content and post it and whatever. So as long as, Jeremy, if you're leading leading the front as far as like, you'll determine, okay, this post can have these hashtags, let's just say this. We want to kind of maybe leave
that's
that
fine.
more for you, since that's kind of more of your area.
And the main thing is making sure people like and share that stuff. That has to be like front and center.
Between the Facebook page, you can't
YouTube.
Exactly share on Instagram the same way, but I know at least Facebook definitely.
No, but you can still share it though.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Or like it. I mean, that's it. As long as you did something on it. That's all.
Okay. And that's even something we can kind of build in just to remind people like, okay, whenever there's a new upload and you had anything to do with writing or directing the sketch, and anybody that was acting in the sketch,
we would put that in the
one share.
I can put that in the description and tag those people. So it's simple. It's just a process to do that.
Yeah, it's just accountability. And then finally, I have here, just as we wrap up, just as a reminder, and I put it at the top of the meeting notes every week, to where once again, moving forward, because this was just for the Facebook page, but moving forward, Jeremy's going to handle everything as far as uploading on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. So what you do is right here is you just send him an email. That's his email there. You're going to put the subject, doesn't have to be Facebook page. We're just going to put S2TV content. And we know it's going to go to all three of them. The name, the file, Google Drive once it's attached, the project name, any video description you want to describe it. That's going to include also cast and crew. Like put stuff like written and directed by Mellinda, starring Dan, Colton, and Natalie. So all that's going to be part of the description. Okay, so Jeremy's going to be involved as far as like he'll put the right hashtags and maybe anything else, but it'll be your job to make sure that he doesn't have to scroll through and see the credits of who's in the video, because a lot of these sketches won't even have credits. So part of the description, you want to make sure you have whoever was involved and whoever acted in it. Once again, hashtags, if there's hashtags you want to have in this post, you could put them in, but then I'll let Jeremy handle that aspect. So it's not required. I'll revamp this and blast it back out. And then basically our intended release date, what I wanted to do is that we just sort of keep with the theme of just releasing content every Sunday, almost like a traditional TV show. Of course, there's little maybe 10, 20, 30-second bumpers we can release during the week. But for now, we want to at least get on a consistent schedule where we're releasing content every Sunday. And then as more content comes in, we could, release smaller stuff during the week. And then finally, obviously, what about thumbnails, Jeremy? What's your thought on making?
Yes, that's also on my list.
Yeah.
Send me a thumbnail if possible. Otherwise, it's just going to be a screenshot.
Okay.
Or if, say like, hey, here's a thumbnail, but I don't have a way to put text over the thumbnail. Say you wanted to put, whatever over it. That's fine. I can do that. I have Photoshop and stuff.
Yeah, thumbnails are crucial because once again, guys, I know a lot of you guys just want to focus on creating the art. So if thumbnails aren't a big deal for you, if you can go whip them up real quick and send it to Jeremy, that'd be great. I also recommend you guys download an app called Poster Maker. All the flyers and thumbnails I've been making for Script Sundays the past few months, I use it all off of that. I think it's like $4.99 one-time fee, but well worth it. And so if you can make your own thumbnail for it, great. If not, at least send something over to Jeremy so he can make one. Yeah, I think other than that, I think we're all set. Jeremy, I appreciate your help, and I'll be getting that over to you, the login and all the other stuff.
Sure.
So as soon as next week, we can start this new process, sending things over to you and knocking them out. Anybody have any other questions while Jeremy's here? Feel free to ask away.
I think I
have
that
one
covered
question.
a lot. Oh,
Who's on the Detroit team now? It's been a long time. I know Ted.
Ted, we have Ace, aka Anton, holding it down in Detroit. So once again, our team is growing there. There's other people that are more involved than just strictly the acting side. But yeah, we're still, looking to build the Detroit side up. It's getting there slowly but surely. So.
Cool.
All right.